Howdy, I'm CyberX with Outlaw Crafted, and today we're going to be talking about Mojang and Minecraft Bedrock. You might have noticed that I left Minecraft Bedrock about 11 months ago and have not been back. I made some videos about it, and I'd like to talk about why and how things went down with the recent Mojang Bedrock disasters. So, one of the biggest reasons why I left Bedrock and Minecraft development as an add-on developer and making guides that have, I don't know, like 400 or 500 guides, is because of Mojang's incompetence. Mojang made countless critical failures. They've failed over and over and over. I came out and stated that and made videos about it and said there's a problem here. They have the most diverse staff instead of the best staff, and this was going to continue to cause more damage to my business and to the industry and to the consumers. And I wasn't willing to be part of that disaster that Microsoft and Mojang were created. You can see over the last week that that disaster has happened. The failures at Mojang and the Xbox team have created an unplayable Bedrock experience that deletes your world, deletes add-ons, corrupts stuff, causes memory leaks, constant UI bugs, constant game-breaking features. They're going after servers that have been around for 15 years and trying to shut them down.
Hey guys, it's me.
They are constantly changing the TOS against the law in both the UE and in the United States. There's currently a massive class action lawsuit against Mojang because of these crimes and failures and abuses of consumers. One of the staff members at Mojang flat out said that Polymesh and the stuff that I and other people were making and were creating was cursed when we asked if we would get support in Bedrock for it, to the point where I felt directly attacked as a business and a consumer and a developer in the industry. I filed an HR complaint with Microsoft, and nothing came of it. Those people are still employed. They're still ruining the game. They're still going after people and calling creator and community member stuff cursed and trying to make light of all of these things. And so I gave up. I was tired of the daily hate from the community. I was stating my experience. At that point, not one of my add-ons on Marketplace was ever approved again. Not one. I believe I had 4 different add-ons that were in the works with partners, and all of them, none of them got published because of some reason or another that was made up or that was claimed on the back end, or some bullshit that Mojang made up and deliberately blackballed, and blacklisted me and other people from the industry because we stood up and said that there's a problem, there's a systemic issue. And so if you wonder why people like me and a lot of the other OGs and people that have been around teaching you and creating content in the industry left, is because we saw the collapse of the industry and we saw what Microsoft and Mojang were doing to the consumers, and we weren't willing to be a part of it. So I just want to bring that out. I want to bring up, we warned you. I came out and made multiple videos directly about this subject, about Mojang's failures, the constant spin of Mojang, the constant issues with the part-time GFX team, which you see now. There's just countless. The pink bug's back. I have guides on the pink bug. The pink bug is literally back after all of this time. The the low memory bug is back after all of this time, because that's the incompetence of the Mojang team. We talked about greed. We talked about how Mojang is all about the greed side of things, not quality. They're all about fast changes. The dishonorable stuff that went down with um, the updates that they've done over time. HCF was a good example. The amount of people that were affected and damaged by HCF. It's just on and on and on. Mojang has shown their colors. They've shown that they don't care about consumers or quality. They show that they don't care about having the best of the best staff on their team. They don't care if they have the worst programmers, the worst developers, as long as they're the most diverse. And that's why your worlds got deleted. And that's why your content doesn't work. And that's why those of you running businesses and companies in the Bedrock industry and ecosystem, which is billions of dollars worth, are being bent over and screwed and worried that your content might not work ever again, or you might have to spend thousands of dollars to fix your content so it works on their new crap. All the meanwhile, Mojang and Microsoft are under class action lawsuits for changing their terms of service without letting us know, with violating their terms of service. The user account change is a massive violation of the terms of service. They knew throughout this entire time that these were violations and that they were breaking the law in the EU and in the United States, and they did it anyways because they can. They're big enough, and their users and customers, the Minecrafters, are blinded by the Kool-Aid drinking to the point where they won't stand up and they won't say something and they won't hold Mojang accountable. Even today, Prowl is coming out and pleading with Jeb and Angus to fix it. He's pleading with the marketing people, the people that baby talk you during the events, to be honorable, ethical, moral, upstanding people. But none of those things match the actions of Microsoft. None of those things match the actions of Mojang. They're not honorable. Their actions on how they've treated users and changed user accounts and treated Microsoft or Minecraft over the years hasn't been honorable. They're not ethical. They changed the rules over and over to ban servers and to ruin people's businesses and livelihoods over and over against the law, purely blatantly violating our rights. And then when we stand up and say this is wrong, they attack you or they abuse you or they blacklist you. They use their power to swing it around in anti-consumer actions. If they weren't huge and they weren't a massive company, they wouldn't be allowed to do this. These anti-consumer practices are affecting consumers in the gaming industry and businesses within the add-on marketplace market itself, the ecosystem. Millions to billions of dollars are out there in the winds because Bedrock is unplayable right now. If that's not a case for an antitrust lawsuit from the Department of Justice and the FTC in the United States, and a further investigation into Mojang and Microsoft's practices in the EU, I don't know what is. The game is unplayable. The content on the consumer system was deleted and lost. Data on the end user's device was deleted and lost by Mojang's actions. How many laws did that violate? How many? In the EU alone. And yet, I don't hear any government saying we're going to investigate Microsoft or Mojang. Only us, the consumers, rising up and having a class action lawsuit against them has done anything. So if you're in the government and you're out there in the EU or the United States government, God knows you're useless. Could you at least look at your children, see Mojang, Microsoft, a massive corporation abusing your child, your child that plays Minecraft is being abused by this corporation. If you don't care about my children, and you don't care about your neighbor's children, for the love of God, will you care about your own children and start an investigation into these scumbags and what they're doing in the abuse of this industry and their failures and their lack of ability to be honest, moral, ethical people. The people that are running the game your children play. You look at roadblocks and you see the damage being caused there. You see the amount of investigations, criminal investigations there, and you think, oh, Microsoft and Mojang doing the same thing to my kid, they're fine. It's fine. We don't need to investigate them. It's not like Microsoft's already been through multiple antitrust investigations and failed and been found guilty. They definitely would not be having anti-consumer practices against your children, right? They definitely would not be deleting data off your computer. Is Minecraft on your work computer, your government computer, your office computer, your personal computer with your taxes and all your stuff? Mojang reached into your computer and deleted data and it's gone. And you might say, well, they just oopsed. Except it's not the first time. A few years ago, Mojang did the exact same thing and oopsed the worlds and data off of our computers out of existence. If this was the business world, they would have been sued into oblivion for deleting your mail, your email, your files, your data off your computer. It should be criminal. It's my data. They were my add-ons. They're my content that you deleted from my system without authorization or approval. And there's explicit non-approval all over the place in Windows that says you're not allowed to do this, you can't do this. And Mojang deleted your content. You're just lucky they didn't delete everything on your computer or crash it or destroy the whole thing at this point. So, I plead with you, because it's the only thing we can do, would you please protect your children and do something about the damages caused by Mojang and their scummy antitrust activities to consumers. Thank you. I'm CyberAct with Outlandishly Crafted, and once again, I worked in the Minecraft Bedrock industry for 5-6 years. Hundreds of guides, multiple games on the market, tens to hundreds of thousands of sales, and this is how they treat us. If they treat us like this, what the hell do they care about you, a consumer, a single player? Not much.